Good evening and welcome everyone to Community TV's coverage of the 2024 Coates Talent League competition. It's match of the round here as we're out in Dandenong at Shepley Oval this evening for round 2 of the girls' competition, as the Dandenong Stingrays will face up against last year's premiers in the Oakleigh Chargers. Should be another cracking match-up here on Community TV, as who could forget the preliminary final from last year. So a bit of payback potentially on the way, as Oakleigh went up against Dandenong in that preliminary final and won by 20 points. It's the first time we'll be seeing Dandenong this year within the Coates Talent League. They had the bye last week, while Oakleigh, they faced Tasmania and just scraped through by 5 points, as we're nearly ready to get underway here at Shepley Oval. The captains just met in the middle for the toss. Dandenong captain Zoe Basenko winning the toss, and we'll be going to the right of your dial. Austin Kruger is my name. Pleasure to be joined alongside you this evening for another fantastic matchup of the Coates Talent League. So, as I mentioned, Oakleigh Chargers coming off a grand final last year. They finished second on the ladder and then went on to beat the Eastern Rangers in the grand final by 7 points. So we're moments away from the first bounce now. Dandenong as here we go. Round 2 of the Coates Talent League is underway. The preliminary final replay of last year, as the two rucks vying for position with the tap one down for Black. Looks like the Chargers will get the first clearance. Unable to get a clean look at the footy, just handballing that one out the back of the pack. And Dandenong coming off the foot of Harris here, inside forward 50 for the first time this evening. Just trying to get that ball out of the pack to no avail at the moment. Handball into a bit of space, gets her own footy back, does Basenko. Clears it out of the 50 momentarily, just hugging the boundary line, kept in nicely here. Tried to get past a tackle, should be in danger there of holding the ball. Didn't get anything on the kick there, unlucky Oakleigh not to be paid a free kick. In the end, a mark has been taken for the Chargers. So I'll move it here on the outer wing. Beautiful hit up. Finding a target. Big crash. Just brought to ground nicely there, over the top. So we're back inside forward 50. Thrown back into play here, tap one down. Just met in a tackle immediately, umpire forced to blow his whistle. We'll have a stoppage. And catch all of the live action of the Coates Talent League match of the round on Community TV. This just slips out here, and the Chargers should be able to repel this one out. The target was Brown, just sailed over ahead. Now it's a foot race right in front of the interchange here at Shepley Oval. Tried to get past one. It was an interesting looking handball in the end. It'll be a lasso. The umpire's just figuring out whose kick it's actually going to be. I believe in the end they've decided on Backer. Centering ball, couldn't find a target as the ball hits the deck. It was a good pick up, some bodies in. Just nice little handball over the top there, works out momentarily. Just found a target there, did Bird. They'll send it towards the 50-metre line. Tackled there was Pachevsky. And in the ball was Murphy, who was taken over the line. Love a boundary. Oh no, it wasn't quite yet. Argus take it down and it. Whopping tackle there. In the end, it will be a free kick. Emma McDonald represented the Australian Under-18 Academy and finds a target nicely in the pocket there. It'll be Gladman. To have the shot here. Be a 25-metre kick. Tight angle here at Shepley Oval. Looking for the first of the game here. Emil Gladman comes in with the set shot. Gets it. The first of the evening going the way of the reigning premiers. Coming off the boot there of Gladman. Her third season at Oakleigh. Only the 7 touches versus Tassie last week. Had 19 goals last year, so he's normally pretty good in front of the big sticks, and that was on display just there. As the Chargers will take the early ascendancy in this one. A few debutants for Dandenong today. Mizuki Brothwell, Charlotte Hewiston, Zahelia Clark, Kate Terry, and Kiara Treep. So congratulations to all of those making their debut here in the Coates Talent League as we're back in the middle of Shepley Oval. Home game here for Dandenong. Nice crowd building. Was just stripped there. That's going to be pinned for holding the ball. Some good pressure starting to heat up here. This is Maggie Mahoney. Dished it off nice and quickly. Sends it to a one-on-one. Strong hands there. Chloe Brown making no mistake with the mark. Looking inside. Well-weighted ball. Backer. We'll send that to the hot spot. Couple hands on it. No one could, as it was brought to ground, was able to keep her footing. Was tackled just as she got the kick away. It was a slick handball to get out of trouble there. And Dandenong will try and get this one out. Just coming on here. Abby Vicino. Big tap one down from Basenko. And they'll work it out nicely. Dalgish through the middle. Going over the top to Kozak. Who can run onto it nicely. Gets the pick up. Has to go backwards. Using Dalgish once again. Inside forward 50. Couldn't find a target. Kick straight to the opposition there. And just sprayed that one in the forward line. It'll be an intercept mark. Chloe Thorne there. Under a bit of pressure now, Dandenong trying to get there first on the board here in 2024. Of course, they had the bye last week. Just coming along with Stella Rogers, who got the kick inside. We'll have a stoppage about 40 metres out. Directly in front of goal here. There's a good tap there to find Terry on debut, just couldn't get the look at it. Now the Chargers with a bit of run and dash through the middle. They've picked out, I believe that was Emery. And over the top here, they're on. They've got the 2-on-1, kicks it, and a beautiful mark taken. She's got a player running into a goal square. If she can turn around and find a Stobie here into the pocket. A little bit too much on the kick, has the bounce, not too fortuitously for Oakleigh. Just be a minor score. So an opportunity there for the Chargers to get 2 on the board. Just needed to turn around a bit quicker and find that target running into the goal square. Dandenong under some early pressure. Taking the kick out here will be Templeton. Chloe Brown with the intercept. She's been good early. She's got a player open. Ooh, 50-metre penalty. So it might have been an infringement there on the line, which is going to allow Chloe Brown to run in. And it was on the 50-metre line. Would have thought that it was taken right up into the goal square. So Chloe Brown, second season at Oakleigh, didn't play last week versus Tasmania. She comes in for the set shot. Oh, just squeezes that one home, and Oakleigh get the first 2. And Dandenong got a bit of work to do now. Chloe Brown had the 4 goals last year, averaging 22.6 disposals in 7 games. So quite the player and prospect for years to come. Had a couple of intercept marks early, got the 50-metre penalty and made no mistake in front of goals. Daisy Bird doing the ruck work here for Oakleigh. Clearing kick coming for the Stingrays. Nearly held on to a one-handed there was Rogers. Just couldn't quite bring it in. It was a good shepherd there. Under a lot of pressure. Was dispossessed. Unlucky not to be pinned. We'll have a boundary throw in front of the fans here at Shepley Oval. Nice crowd building tonight. Coming down to show some support for their first home game and first game of the season here for the Coates League. Narrowly going down last year in the preliminary final, did the Stingrays to the Oakleigh Chargers. This one's hoisted back in, slightly in favour of Dandenong's territory. Into the centre square there. Slick pick up from Hewiston. Just couldn't quite find the target. Talaridi just got the handball away before she was tackled. Good weighted handball over the top to Backer. And Oakleigh will go inside forward 50 once again. They've looked dangerous every time. There's a bit of contact there on the mark. Umpire says play on, and Dandenong try get it away, but a lovely spoil. They've got to play it running into an open goal. If they can find them, it'll stay in momentarily. It's going to be a holding free kick or high. Pick your poison there from the umpire. So Maya Stobie goes in board. Dandenong will just hack this one out of there. It's not going to work out for them. It's Maggie Mahoney's taking the mark here, coming out of Old Scotch. Into the pocket, it's a great lead, a good kick. Some body contact, didn't matter. Emma McDonald takes the mark. It looks so dangerous every time they've gone forward. Have the charges. Emma McDonald represented the Australian Under-18 Academy last week. Had 14 goals last year in 13 games. As she comes in for the set shot for 3 on the trot here for the Chargers. Doesn't quite have the distance, but it's been marked on the goal line. A bit too easy there from the Dandenong defenders to allow that. As I believe that was Ebony Yago who slotted that one through. One of the easier shots she'll probably get all season. It was a good mark on the line. The Dandenong defenders just need to be a bit better trying to kill that ball over the line. Apologies, it was Gladman who got a second. Gladman who got the first set shot underway for Oakleigh. Just slotted that one right in front of goals as we'll have a stoppage just inside the centre square here at Shepley Oval. Hot start for the Chargers, 3 goals on the trot. Dandenong need to get something going here in the latter stages of this first quarter. 4 by 20 minute quarters, of course, for the Coates Talent League girls competition. Sends that one into a bit of space here. Just allowing Stobie to run onto it nicely. The Chargers will go towards a paint of 50. Picked up nicely there from Mahoney, who goes back to Vicino. Goes through a few sets of hands under a lot of pressure. The Stingrays defenders. Good vision from Terry. They'll link up nicely through hand and get a bit of run off centre half back. Don't have too much in front of them, but the mark has been taken just out the centre circle. An opportunity now for the Stingrays to build. Done well here. O'Reilly taking the mark. Kenna O'Reilly, her second season here for the Stingrays. A great grab from Kozak. They've just been able to get a few good marks and work this one in nicely to their own forward 50. Oakleigh defenders have done well throughout proceedings, and Baxter just gets her kick smothered here. Some good pressure applied from Reynolds. But they'll work it out nicely through hand. No, they won't. Another smother there from Reynolds, just doing everything she can to will her team back into this contest. We'll have a stoppage right in the boundary line here, about 75 from home for the Stingrays. Still yet to register a score in this one. Tried to just grab that one out of the ruck, was Black, and did so. Pousty now. I was going to say that it's going to be a holding free kick, but took the mark regardless. And the Stingrays Having a look inside there, forward 50 now. Just too much on that kick. Went a little bit too early. And Oakleigh, their transition ball's been fantastic in the early stages. Well done on the grass there. Worked it out nicely. Tried to get past one. Just had to handball that. Get out of danger. Tried to throw the arms there to entice the umpire to give the free kick. We'll have a stoppage. Black doing the ruck work, taking in a bit of a gang tackle there. Black winning the tap down straight to her opponent though. Just hugging the boundary line here. Well done from Vicino. Picked up off the grass and linking beautifully through hand once again. Slipping through the hands there of McDonald. They've worked it out. Here's Baxter. Will go over the top, trying to find Gladman to slot her third. She gets the ball, just sits for her. Had to handball that one to herself. Should have been holding the ball there. Every day of the week, you would have thought. Just ripped through it, and they'll go into another open goal here, coming off the boot of Brown, who slots her second. And Oakleigh get the first 4 goals of this one. 25 points they now lead by. Chloe Brown coming out of the Q Comets. Just all a bit too easy at the moment inside forward 50 for the Chargers. They were pretty unlucky not to get a holding the ball decision go their way right in the goal square. And Chloe Brown was able to get her second. She's got 2 to go along with Gladman with 2. We'll take it back into the middle here. Tap down and Vicino taking in a tackle immediately. There's a near mirror image of the last stoppage. So 4 minutes and change left in this first term. Dandenong cannot concede another goal. Try to get something going here before the quarter time break. Give them something to work on. She's just, once again, they're turning it over, handing it straight to Oakleigh. Their ability to score off turnover. Murphy in a one-on-one contest there with Harris. The boundary line beats them both. Thrown back in here. Just outside the centre square. Broadcast wing at Shepley Oval. Running onto it was Pousty. It's going to be a dangerous tackle going the way of the Chargers. Smith, the recipient of that one, moves it on quickly, finds a target nicely. And Mahoney. Just coming off her opponent there. Big bump, maybe some head contact. We'll have to keep our eyes on it. Handballs that one towards the boundary. He's done very well to get the football back here under a lot of pressure. Taken in a tackle. There's Basenko, one of the top AFLW draft prospects for next year, winning the tap down, and Dalglish will move them out of trouble. Off towards Reynolds. Left it behind for Kozak. Put him in a spin cycle. Just got the handball away before getting pinned. Just fell on her back there. That'll be a free kick going the way of the Stingrays. Just under 2.5 to play here till the quarter time siren. It's a bit of a bump ball, but well picked up in the end. Nice little deflection coming off her opponent and sending them forward. Was Dalglish. Just dropping the mark there was Brothwell. In towards the forward pocket. The target was Black, but in the end we'll have a boundary throw in. Right forward pocket here for the Stingrays. Still yet to score in this one. Trying to sneak one before that quarter time siren. They desperately need it. Dangerous handball across the face, worked out over the top here to Smith. Got players streaming as they've done so well. Great mark taken here from Brown. She's got 2 goals and a good grab taken. Moves it on quickly and Pousty. Another one of the top prospects we can see for years to come, you would think, in Sarah Pousty. It gets a bit of 1-2 action. Could have been in the back there. Yes, it will be. So Sarah Pousty represented the under-23 All-Stars last week. Sits here nicely for the Chargers. Just need to get a little bit of space. Oh, puts him in a spin cycle. Just got the kick away. Interceptor's being taken. The umpire probably would have said that wasn't 15 metres. Bit of a scoop ball there. Not sure if that was a handball, but the umpire didn't see it. Taken in a tackle here is McDonald. As the ball hits the deck, it's nearly come out, and eventually it does to Emery. Interesting to see how the umpire sees this one. It'll be a boundary throw in. There's only time left now for Oakleigh to score. They'll have to be very quick out of their stoppage if they are able to. Just a slap forward there from Backer. Emery getting involved once again. Gets the pick up, sending them forward, and that's the quarter time siren here at Shepley Oval. And it's one-way traffic going the way of Oakleigh. It's their 4-1-25 to Dandenong yet to score. The goal scorers from the first term, Brown with 2 and Gladman with 2. We'll have a short break on Community TV before we come back for the second quarter. Welcome back, everyone. It's quarter time here at Shepley Oval between the Dandenong Stingrays and the Oakleigh Chargers. Round 2 of the Coates Talent League. And at the end of the first term, it's the Chargers 4-1-25, leading the Stingrays yet to score. The goal scorers from that first term, Chloe Brown with 2 and Emile Gladman also with 2 for the Chargers as they put together a dominant first quarter. Coming off a grand final last year in 2023, beat the Eastern Rangers in that one. They went up against Tasmania last week and won by 5 points. Now they're versing the Stingrays. It's the first time we're seeing them in 2024. I imagine Coach Josh Moore would have had a few words with the players there, just trying to think of something to get them back into this contest, as Oakleigh's transition ball and ability to score off turnover was the key for this 25-point lead. Austin Kruger is my name here, live on Community TV for the Coates Talent League match of the round. Wonderful to have the Coates Talent League matches of the round all streamed on Community TV. Of course, you can watch all the other games on the Coates Talent League app. With the Stingrays going to the right of your dial, the Chargers to your left. As the sun is starting to set here at Shepley Oval, a nice crowd building for the home side in Dandenong, as we'll take it back to the middle for some second quarter action here for the Coates Talent League. One down in the ruck, straight to the opponent once again. They've done so a few times throughout. On the boot there was Vicino, trying to find a target in Stark, affecting the contest with Argus. Did well. It started off as a 2-on-1, although she's turned that one over. Inside forward 50 now with the Chargers. I'll boot that one away to the outer wing here. It's going to be a lasso going the way of the Chargers. I believe that's Sarah Pousty. Will take the kick in with a rare mistake there, just finding Rogers, who would have had a fair go of having a mark at that, but instead just spoiled that one over. We'll have a boundary throw in, slightly in favour of the Chargers territory. 4-0 first term for the Chargers, who are looking to continue on their fantastic form from 2023. An array of players represent the All-Australian under-23. So it's going to be pushing the back here. Just relieving that pressure with free kicks. Brewer receiving the handball, trying to give it back to where it came from. Didn't quite work out, although she's backed it up here. Good tackle laid. She's going to be pinned here. Could be what Dandenong needs to try get going in this game. Off to the broadcast wing, outer wing, sorry, taking a mark. Here's O'Reilly. Looking inboards towards the centre. Kozak, right in the middle here of Shepley Oval. Just gets past her opponent, the 231s, and then it's just picked off. Terrible kick inside forward 50. Whenever they have got it down there, just been giving it up way too easily, as Brewer will take the kick in and finds an option straight away there. Here's Talaridi. Gets past her opponent. Finding a target of McDonald. Being able to transition this quite quickly. Well-weighted ball. Thought about playing on did Murphy, but in the end, we'll go back and think about having the set shot here. It's a tight angle. So Lucy Murphy coming in here with the shot. Certainly looks straight. I don't believe there was a hand on that. It'll sail through for another one. Wonderful set shot there from the pocket. Once again, the Dandenong defenders unable to kill the ball on the last line of defence, resulting in a Chargers goal. And Lucy Murphy had a goal last week against Tasmania to go along with 9 disposals. Is on the board now with that beautiful set shot from the pocket. And Oakleigh have well and truly got the ascendancy in the early stages of this one. Round 2 of the Coates Talent League. Trying to work it out through middle. Couldn't get any space there. We'll just have another stoppage right where we started. Great pressure there from Sarah Pousty, just not allowing any space there on Dalgleish to get a kick away or any type of disposal. It'll be thrown back up again. A few repeat stoppages here. Tap one down straight to Vicino. Dandenong, they're winning the tap outs. They're just giving it straight to Oakleigh. That's got to be a boundary throw in. As I said, they're winning the hit outs, but just giving it straight down to the opponents. They'll be a little bit smarter inside those centre clearances. Just getting first look at it is ever so important here in the Coates Talent League. Thrown back into play. Going to run onto it. Here's Mahoney. Gets the pick up. Just got the handball away to Vicino. Worked it out nicely. Back up. Was forced to go check side. Baxter Lane a tackle right at the 50-metre line here. As Oakleigh continue to just charge away in this one. Big hit there on Dalgleish. Through hands trying to find Sanko. Eventually gets her hands on it. Over the top to Brothwell. That pass will do him no good. Evenly matched in the ruck, worked out from the Stingrays. Out the back, and the kick to no avail. They've done that time and time again whenever they have tried to go forward. It's just been picked off. Speaking of, couldn't hold on to the mark though. It was Emery. Goes backwards, snapped through to the 50-metre line. Great ball from Newworth. Trying to rip it out was Nalu Brothwell. Dandenong. Just inside their forward 50. They haven't had too much action down here. Sanko wins the tap down right to Terry. It's a good looking kick on the second attempt. The mark's been paid. And an opportunity now for Dandenong to get on the board for the first time in 2024. It'll be Connolly coming out of South Belgrave. About a 35-40 metre kick, pretty much straight in front. Does it have the legs? And in the end, it was rushed through for a minor score. So Oakleigh doing what Dandenong couldn't and being able to kill that ball on the last line. Talaridi will take the kick in, the best on ground in last year's grand final. He's a classy player, one to watch. Oh, that's just fallen out the back of the pack nicely here for Daisy Bird, who can take a run on the outer wing here. Pressure applied on the kick, meaning Cornwell can take the interception and move the Stingrays forward once again. Basanko now. Is anyone going to get them back in this contest? It would be her. Just it's a few extra metres, gets past a tackle, runs a required distance in towards full forward, 2-on-2. Well read out the back. Unlucky not to be paid the mark as it's going to dribble in towards goal. Is this going to be the moment for the Stingrays? Just squeezed it home. O'Reilly. And Dandenong finally get one through. Took them a quarter and a half. Could be exactly what they needed just to get a bit of momentum going here. In this second term, it was all started with Basanko in the middle, who played on. A couple of repeat entries resulted in a goal here for the Stingrays. It was McKenna O'Reilly who was able to run in pretty much for an open goal. Her second season at the Stingrays, as we'll take it back into the middle. You just feel this game starting to lift just a touch. Stingrays working themselves into this contest. Out the back. Just have to hack that one away. First at it here are Dandenong. Under immediate pressure, Basanko tried to toe poke it to no avail. Bird off to back up. And she's gone the wrong way here. Riley Sanders style, and it might result in a goal. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Stingrays. Evelyn Connolly, who had a set shot moments ago from a similar position on the ground. This time a little bit closer in. You'd think she'd well and truly have the journey from here after a bit of a brain fade from Oakleigh, who ran into their own defensive 50. It could be quite costly as Connolly comes in straight in front, makes the goal umpire work a little bit, squeezes it home. And Dandenong with 2 in a row here in the second term. That was Connolly. Had 4 goals last year in 4 games. Starts off season 2024 the right way. Unfortunate for Oakleigh, who player didn't quite realise which way they were going and sent it down the wrong way, which we've seen a couple times this season already as we're still getting back into football in 2024. Back in the middle, Dandenong with the last 2 goals in this one. Oakleigh had the first 5. And the Stingrays have got some momentum now as they'll bring this one back inside forward 50. Just stops and attracts nicely, waiting to an option running past. Instead goes to the kick back inboard. A little bit of a push there. I'm not quite sure that was paid a mark. It was thumped right into the hands there. Fantastic effort there to get a spoil on. It was Backer who disallowed the mark to be taken by Gilmore. Just under 10 minutes to play now till half time. First 5 going the way of Oakleigh. Dandenong just willing themselves back into this one. Was yanked out of the ruck from Black. Here is Bresnan. Good defensive effort there once again from Murchik. Nervous moments for the Oakleigh defenders who just kick that one out. Straight to Dandenong. They've found a target inside. A little bit too far out to score, you would think. Jemiah Bresnan looking for an option. Just slips through a couple sets of hands. That was a lovely handball. Here's another one coming for the Stingrays. No, it's not. It was just a little smother on the kick there. Falls out the back though. Bresnan will run onto it. Gives it off to Connolly, who was under immediate pressure. We'll have a stoppage 40 metres out directly in front of goals here for Dandenong. Got the last 2 goals of this contest. One down in the ruck from Basenko. And Pousty sends that one on its way. Going back with the flight was Argus. Couldn't hold on to the mark. Had a good chunk of it. Gave the handball away. Back inboard. It's beautifully through hand as the kick. Just a little bit too much on it for the target in Basenko. Some good forward pressure. Just locking this ball in are the Stingrays. Oakleigh haven't seen much of it for the past 5 or 6 minutes. Daisy Bird doing the ruck work there. Off to Vicino. Slipping through the hands of Argus once again. She's had a couple of near marks in the past 30 seconds. Towards the paint of 50, just losing her footing. Sails over the head of everyone. And a beautiful handball to find Pousty. They could be on here, the Chargers. Good grab taken from McDonald. Handball was a bit too hot for a teammate. Running onto it now is Cornwall. Off to Reynolds. We've got the numbers here on the outer wing at Shepley Oval. Had the front positioning in the intercept. She'll play on immediately with some fantastic pace there from Charlotte Brewer. Tap back into play from Black. Using her ruck work nicely there. The Chargers under a bit of pressure really for the first time in this game. Handball will work out. Over the top here to Cornwall. Just runs past the footy. Little push off the play. The umpire lets him go. Here's Baxter. Going back with the fly. Had 2 hands on it, did Pachevsky. Snap back into play. It's been taken here from Chloe Brown, who's already got 2 goals in this game. We've got players streaming in towards the 50. It's a good-looking ball. Fantastic football there as Yago plays on, turning around the snapping shot. Will go through for a minor score. So Oakleigh, who hadn't had an inside forward 50 for quite a while here in the second term, have got it down their end, just trying to come off her opponent. Probably should have been pinned there. Some good pace. Had a player streaming past here in Gilmore. Gives it back inboard. Handball didn't quite work out to Harris. You can really feel the pressure gauge is starting to lift here at Shepley Oval between these two sides. The last time they met was in the preliminary final back in 2023, where the Chargers got over the top to the tune of 20 points. Just yanked out of the ruck there from Black. Couldn't go any further. Here's Harris. On the deck was Vicino, still making her presence felt around the contest. Have a stoppage inside the centre square, just in favour of the Chargers territory. Black once again just outbodied her opponent but couldn't find a target. And inside forward 50, the Chargers go. Had front positioning here. Very good pick up off the deck. Had 3 players to beat and did so beautifully. Dalgleish over the top. Little toe poke. And taken in a tackle. We'll have a stoppage 50 metres from home. The Chargers goal. Just over 5 minutes to play till half time. Can't concede another one here if you're Dandenong. You've been able to work themselves back into the game. And a goal on the cusp of half time will not do them any favours as they will continue to surge forward. Mahoney with the kick in. It was a tough contest to be won. Well, we'll have a boundary throw in. Left forward pocket here for Oakleigh. Hoisted back in. First at it was Vicino. Just can't get this footy away. Wrapped up, and we'll have another stoppage. Oakleigh winning both matchups last year when they did play. Well worked out there from Mahoney. Kept in nicely here. Continuing, trying to move this ball out of the defensive 50. Coming in and crashing the pack was Rundle. Just picked her pocket there. Kick was smothered. Good work on the deck from Dalgleish. Oakleigh able to intercept this one. Talaridi with a wonderful kick there. Lucy Murphy just couldn't hold on to the mark. Couldn't ask for anything better as a forward there. It was lace out, full stretch. Had 2 hands to it, pretty much unopposed. We'll have a boundary throw in. Doing the ruck work here is Basanko. Who's going to play a bit of a ruck and forward roll. Taking in a big tackle there was Baxter. She was slung to the ground. As we've got a player just coming off here. It's Abby Vicino coming off for Oakleigh, so we'll keep our eyes. Doesn't look. Looks to be holding that left shoulder here, so it could be a big out here for the Chargers. She's a star player. It was obviously a 2023 Premiership player, just holding that left shoulder there. So hopefully all the best for the number 5 there, and Abby Vicino for the Chargers. She comes on into the bench and into the races. And going back, taking a nice intercept mark here is Murtich. Look to go inside. Fantastic effort there. Coming off her opponent was Cornwall, just couldn't hold on to the mark. Either way, she stopped the Chargers from surging any further forward. Just trying to yank this one out there was Gilmore, the umpire. Does intervene eventually. 19 points, the Chargers lead. Good work here from Mahoney. Just got it away. Bit of a hospital pass though. Cornwall putting her body on the line once again here. She's been pretty inspiring coming off half back here for the Stingrays. Just under 2 minutes now to go here till half time. One down from Basanko off to Cornwall. Couldn't quite get her hands on it. Pousty now. Crashes in. It's just being played between the 2 arcs at the moment. Both teams Desperately want to get another goal here before the big break. Falls out nicely for Tegan Murtich. Bit of 1-2 action. She'll send her towards the paint of 50. Not enough there on the kick for Gladman, who's already got 2 goals in this game, but gives it off to the streaming Emily Rundle into the pocket. A good grab taken here from Emma Stark. They just look so dangerous when they do go inside forward 50, do the Chargers. Right to the teeth of the square here. Big contest to be won. Gets brought to ground. Great last-ditch smother there, not allowing the shot on goal. Nervous moments for the Dandenong defenders, who've got just under a minute to not concede another goal here before half-time. Just one down in the ruck. Will this one dribble through and hits the woodwork? Just be a minor score. Can the Stingrays try and go coast to coast within 40 seconds? Certainly not. As Maggie Mahoney takes a big grab there, moves it on quickly. Just enough on the kick. We'll play on here. Will Baxter sending it towards goal. Didn't get a hand on it. Nice little block on the line, and Baxter's on the board. And the Chargers get one right before the halftime siren. Josh Moore, the coach of Dandenong, won't be happy with that. The Stingrays did so well in that quarter to get themselves back in, and a goal, a red time goal especially, is always going to be a coach killer as Baxter. As there is the halftime siren here at Shepley Oval. It's the Chargers 6-3-39 leading Dandenong 2-1-13. We'll have a short break here on Community TV before we come back for second half action of the 2024 Coates Talent League. Welcome back, everyone, to Community TV's coverage of the 2024 Coates Talent League season. It's round 2 of the girls' competition. It's half-time at Shepley Oval between the Dandenong Stingrays and the Oakleigh Chargers. And it's all Chargers at the first half. They lead this one 6-3-39 to Dandenong, 2-1-13. Having a look at the goal scorers from the first half. For Oakleigh, 2 to Gladman and Brown, and then singles to Baxter and Murphy. For Dandenong, singles apiece to Connolly and O'Reilly. As Dandenong worked themselves back into the contest there in the second term, and then a goal pretty much on the half-time siren to Jacinta Baxter of Oakleigh, just allowing the Chargers to hold on to a comfortable lead as we come into the second half here, as the lights have come on at Shepley Oval. Austin Kruger is my name. Pleasure to be joined alongside you once again for the Coates Talent League. First time we've seen Dandenong in 2024, as they'll be going to the left of your dial. Oakleigh Chargers will be going to your right. The reigning premiers in Oakleigh. They've won 2 grand finals already in the short history of the Coates Talent League girls competition. Started back in 2017. They also had 3 draftees into the AFLW last year, did the Chargers. Lucy Cronin, Gemma Rigoni. Same for Dandenong. They also had 3 draftees into the AFLW from their squad last year. As we're underway for the second half, it's Dandenong with a bit of work to be done here. As we'll take it back into the middle. Black doing the ruck work, posing up against Bird. Important clearance to be won here. As both teams have had the half-time break and resettle and come in for this second half to a beautiful night here under lights with a fantastic crowd building. You can catch all of the live action of the match of the round, Coates Talent League, live on Community TV. Thanks to News Corp Australia. A bit of a scoop pass there. Works out. Brewer with a hot handball to a teammate. It was met in a tackle straight away. We'll have a stoppage just outside the forward 50 here for the Stingrays. It was rode from Pousty, tackled from Reynolds. And we'll throw it back up from the same spot. Black winning the ruck this time, straight down to Reynolds. Chargers trying to work this one out through hand. The run and spread's been fantastic. Smith back inboard. Kick towards the boundary line. Baxter, the last goal scorer in this game, couldn't find a target with that handball. Right in front of the interchange here. Picking it up off the deck was Smith. Back inboard, but picked off nicely from Argus, who was crunched down in a big tackle there from Pousty. We'll have a stoppage right in front of us here on the broadcast wing. Slap down from Black. Mahoney was at the right place at the right time. Dangerous handball. Tried to keep it in. Just ran out of space there. We'll have a boundary throw in. Daisy Bird doing the ruck work here for the Chargers. Up against Talia Black. Out the back, the Stingrays go. Bit of run and dash through the middle of the ground. Here is Kozak, sending them in towards full forward. Too much on the kick to find a target. Dribbling ball towards the boundary line. Bit of defending to do for the Chargers, sorry. Not a bad spot to have a stoppage here for Dandenong, deep inside their right forward pocket. Be Basenko to do the ruck work now here for the Stingrays. Won the tap, straight down to Oakleigh, high up and under ball. First at it will be Mahoney, just the required distance on the kick, said the umpire. Goes across the face to finds Thorne. Getting a little bit of space here, and should be able to take the mark is Lucinda Smith. Her 3rd season here at the Chargers. Only had the 4 touches last week. Been a bit busier today. That one's nearly picked off. Does fall there for O'Reilly. Couldn't quite get a clean disposal, but eventually will be thrown back up just inside the centre square here. Evenly matched in the ruck. He took her legs out there, but the Chargers. Little fumbly from Bird. The umpire was getting ready to call that one, holding the ball, but it just fell out. Fantastic smother coming off the kick there of Reynolds. And Mahoney is putting together quite the game, finds a target. Fantastic body work there from McDonald. Good smother off the kick. Just got the handball away before getting pinned, was unaware of how much pressure she was under. Big tackle laid as she hits the deck. McDonald with a very high ball in towards the goal square. The two fired at it, brought back into play. Murphy trying to get the handball away and does so. Tackled there immediately with Stobie. Just yanking it out of the pack. Is that going to be called? It will be. So the last line of defence here for Dandenong. Had front positioning. It was a good spoil in the end. Slick handball. Nearly finding a target on the outer wing. Trying to keep this one in play, but couldn't do so. So Oakleigh started the game with the first 5 goals. They blew out a 31-point lead. Dandenong replied with 2 back. And then Jacinta Baxter on the halftime siren for the Chargers put one away nicely to stretch that lead out to 26 points as it stands. 5 minutes into the third term here on Community TV. Black winning the tap down. Once again, straight to her opponent. The handball. There's a big tackle laid there on Dalgish. Worked out nicely. Here's Yago in towards full forward. And is that McDonald again? She's been fantastic overhead. So Emma McDonald coming out of Ashburton. Second season here at Oakleigh. Straight in front of goals here to get the first of the second half. The goal umpire just watches that one sail over his head, and the Chargers continue to push away in this one. Emma McDonald there with that last goal. Had 14 goals in 13 games last season. Also represented the Australian Under-18 Academy last week. Obviously didn't play round 1 due to those All-Australian duties. Certainly welcome back into the side. She's taken a few good contested grabs. She set up a couple of goals and finally gets one for herself. Put Basenko in the ruck, not a bad option. First at it here was Stark, sends it into a bit of space on the broadcast wing. As it dribbles towards the boundary line, it'll be Lassu. Going the way, Jemiah Bresnan. Kicks it to 3-on-1 there. It's going to be a push in the back every day of the week. The recipient will be Backer. Wasn't the right option in the end. Kicked it to a 3-on-1 and just allowing Oakleigh easily as the two players both thought about taking the mark, but it was well done. Some good communication as Stark sends it back inside. Had to wait under the ball for quite a while and takes a nice interception here for Dandenong, trying to build off half back in towards the middle of the ground. A little chip kick there. Find Hewiston, who's been lively in this game. Here is Telleridi showing her prowess once again. The beautiful ball, great find to McDonald, who can send them in towards goal. They've got to play pretty much open. Couldn't find the target though. It was brought to ground, tackled immediately. As the umpire lingers around, we'll have a stoppage directly in front of the Chargers' goals. They got the first goal of this second half. Goes through a few sets of hands, couldn't get a disposal. Just trying to yank it out and does so. Snaps it around onto the right foot and straight through. The Chargers are on song today. A lovely shot out of the pack there. As this game's now getting a bit out of hand for the Stingrays. It was Chloe Brown who slotted her third goal there. Out of the middle is Brezen. Beautiful find. Just holding onto the mark was Reynolds. It was a juggling affair, but got it on the second attempt. So Reynolds, great lead. There's Nalu Brothwell taking the mark. Her second season at Dandenong, only played the one game last year. To get the instant reply. Straight in front, it'll be about a 35-metre kick here for Brothwell. Not quite enough on it. Oakleigh trying to rush this one through. Disallowed. We'll have a stoppage inside the goal square here. Opportunity for the Stingrays to try. It's a good bit of ruck work back into the play. Just couldn't find a target as Black hits the ground, lays the tackle. And it'll be thrown back up right where the last one was. Just straight out of the ruck from Black. It was just came off a few sets of Oakleigh feet there, and they'll be able to repel this one out nicely. Doesn't have too much in front of it. That's going to be a lasso going the way of the Stingrays. Brezen will take the kick. He plays on. Good spoil there. Not allowing Brothwell to hold on to the mark. Handball works over the top here to Backer. One-on-one contest inside the centre square. Just slips out. Cavalry arrives for the Stingrays. Just ran past the footy a touch. In the end, got no hands on it. They've worked it out. Just couldn't hold on to the mark there. Good handball from Talaridi. Under some pressure now are Oakleigh. Dandenong continuing to surge. But the Chargers have got all the answers in this one. Pousty hacks that one away. Here's Argus. With no real thought with that kick. Straight away just finding Talaridi. Represented the Australian Under-18 Academy last week. Did Talaridi best on ground in last year's grand final. As the Chargers will go inside once again. Stingrays were able to garner a bit of territory there for the last few minutes. Just were unable to convert anything on the scoreboard. As this kick goes across the face. Right in the hands here of Harris. He's got 3 to beat now. Just coming off the boot. A nice bit of run and dash up the middle. Pasenko. Talaridi once again. It's been fantastic off half-back. The runner nearly getting in the way there, but Baxter was dispossessed. Could have been pinned for holding the ball. Just goes backwards. And a fantastic smother off the kick. Ebony Yago not allowing Dandenong to stream forward there. So just the 2 goals this quarter, both going the way of Oakleigh. No ruck could really get a hand on it. Here's Terry on debut here for Dandenong. Basanko just not enough on the kick once again. That's happened a couple times, but it was a good pickup. They can work it out here now through hand, back in towards the play, and it was picked off nicely. Playing a bit of ping pong with each other, the 2 teams. Off half back they go. Beautiful hit up into the middle of the ground to find McDonald. She'll turn around. And the transition ball has been fantastic here. Oh, just hit the belly of the ball there, did Murphy. But in the end, not a bad result because they will get a boundary throw in inside the road forward 50. There's a bit of a shank of a kick. As Oakleigh just nearly caught the Dandenong defenders off guard once again, as they've done so on numerous occasions here on round 2 of the Coates Talent League. Match of the round here on Community TV as we're inside the Oakleigh forward 50 now. Pousty was strong to get the handball away. Straight to her opponent, though. Met in a tackle. Reynolds trying to yank it out. Pousty. Little spin there. Didn't get a disposal. That should be holding the ball and will be. Reynolds the recipient. 6 minutes and change left till the three-quarter time break. Dandenong turning it over once again. Mahoney, the captain, takes a bounce. Didn't quite work out. Gets the footy back. Gets past one. Gives the handball there off to Pousty. Then to Baxter, who's already got one goal in this game, to the top of the square. Fisted back into play. Tried to get the handball on the deck. Nearly fell into her back there, but the umpire lets it go. We'll have a stoppage. 15 metres out, straight in front of the Chargers' goal. Here's Brown, who's already got three. Got the handball away. And she hits the deck. And the umpires, you can always tell when they just take that extra couple of seconds. We're dragged in. And taking the kick here is Emery. He's turned it over. Their disposal efficiency really letting them down at the moment. But they said, no, you can have the ball back. As both teams just struggling a little bit by foot at the moment. The outer wing here. Pousty will be first at it. She's clean on the grass. Big tackle. That should be holding the ball. It will be. Good pressure applied there from the Stingrays. She's pulled up just a little bit ginger from that last contest. We did see Abby Vicino come off the ground in the first quarter. Haven't seen her back on the field yet, so hopefully all the best there. There's Dandenong with under 5 minutes to play here. Basenko sends them forward. Fantastic kick to find Connolly, who's deep in that pocket. Connolly, one of the two goal scorers here for Dandenong. Will be a tough shot. Just hugging the boundary line here at Shepley Oval. As Evelyn Connolly comes in with the kick, it'll just land at the top of the square, and fantastic grab. I believe that was Talaridi once again. It was so. Showing why she's going to be up there in the 2025 AFLW draft, you would think. Smith backs it up with another mark. That's really been a big part of their game, is their contested grabs. It's got to be in the back. Mizuki Brothwell, she'll play on. Some good pressure applied, and not sure if that was the intended area of the kick, but it works out nonetheless to Gemma Reynolds. 3 minutes to play here till three-quarter time. She'll play on, get a few extra metres in towards goal. Tried to get it out the back. Oakleigh just getting in the road of each other, and O'Reilly couldn't get that kick to come back enough. It'll be a minor score. Their first score of this third term for the Stingrays. .37 points the Chargers lead by. Talaridi to take the kick in. Just able to get an extra 15, 20 metres there. Pousty's the target out the back. She didn't have the front positioning and instead thumped it over the line for a boundary throw-in. Pousty's another one of those players for the Chargers who will be getting a few looks from some of the scouts going into next year's draft. Thrown back into play here. Doing her own work there was Bird. Right on the paint of 50 here for the Stingrays. Was nearly taken without the footy. In the end, a bit of tunnel ball back out the back of the pack. McDonald nearly tapped it forward to herself, trying to claim the mark was Argus. And Pachewski sends that one on its way. Brezen left it behind for Reynolds, who's getting taken in a tackle. Found its way back to Brezen, into the pocket now. Too much on the kick to find a target. Little trickle towards the boundary line, and we'll go over. Just over a minute. Oh, it's been a free kick against the Stingrays. Might have just been for that little push there. It's a dangerous ball back inboard. You've got to be sure of those kicks when you're coming out of defence. If you want to go nice and straight. We'll have a stoppage. 45 seconds to go till three-quarter time. Can the Stingrays try and produce something here? Bird won the tap. Been able to lock this ball now for the last couple of minutes or so. I did get the one behind coming off the boot of O'Reilly. But no majors yet for the Stingrays in this third term. And just a few repeat stoppages should see out this quarter. Black. She's done so a few times today, just doing her own ruck work. Well done in the end from Mahoney. He's found a target laterally. And the three-quarter time siren will blow here at Shepley Park. It's the Chargers, 8-3-51, leading Dandenong 2-2-14. We'll have a short break on Community TV before we take you up to the full-time siren. Welcome back, everyone. It's three-quarter time here for round 2 of the 2024 Coates Talent League competition. It's the Oakleigh Chargers, 8-3-51, leading the Dandenong Stingrays 2-2-14 as we got 20 minutes of football to play here. Having a look at the goal scorers from the first 3 quarters of action. For the Chargers, it's 3 to Chloe Brown, 2 to Emile Gladman, 1 to Jacinta Baxter, Emma McDonald and Lucy Murphy. And then for Dandenong, just singles to McKenna O'Reilly and Evelyn Connolly. Austin Kruger is my name. Pleasure to be joined alongside you once again for Community TV's coverage of the Coates Talent League. Match of the round, of course, every week here. And all other games can be streamed on the Coates Talent League app. As we've got 20 minutes of football to play and a lot of work to be done for Dandenong if there are any chance to get back into this one. The Chargers continuing on their premiership form from last year as they look to take care of business and move to 2-0 in their 2024 campaign. They've got a strong list that they've been able to back up from last year's premiership. It'll be the Chargers going to the left of your dial, Dandenong to your right. So we've got 20 minutes of footy to go here on Community TV. It'll be thrown back. Basenko doing the ruck. Bird won the tap down. Do her own roving as well. Good chase down tackle from Dalglish. She'll get the holding the ball decision going her way. She's been excellent in the midfield. She can certainly hold her head high for the Chargers. For the Stingrays, sorry. As the Chargers once again going in towards forward 50. As it'll be a boundary throw in. Thought the umpire was thinking about the old deliberate there for a second. Sanko to match up against Bird. Bird winning the tap down once again. She's been excellent in the ruck here for Oakleigh. Running through the middle now. Did well in the end, did Connolly. Didn't start off with the front positioning, but worked herself nicely. Was able to take the grab. Brought to ground here from Brezen. Had a player streaming past, just couldn't quite find her. Trying to crash the pack is Mahoney. And does well, finding backer through hands. Off to the outer wing here. Will be coming straight back in. She's going to play on straight away. And send them inside into the pocket. And going back once again, Talaridi. She's been dominant in the back line for Oakleigh. She has turned this one over, though, to Hewiston. Making her debut today. With a beautiful kick, just couldn't hold on to the mark, was Black. Couldn't ask for a much better pass inside forward 50, but just hasn't quite been the day for Dandenong. Black doing the ruck work, taking it out. O'Reilly met in a tackle straight away. Captain in Mahoney once again. Just been able to clear that ball out. That handball won't do him any favours. Just a little too fumbly there. I had the numbers to start off with. Mahoney getting involved once again. Just paddled forward. No one could really get a clean look at it at the moment. Falls to Bird. Basenko wraps her up. Will be thrown back up here. Bird up against Basenko. Basenko won the tap down, just to no advantage. Laying the tackle here is Murtich. Contested start to this last quarter. Just trying to break through, should be pinned and will. It's Emery who laid the tackle. Sorry, that was Terry on debut with a nice little moment. As the ball will just fall back out to her. Nice weighted ball over the top. Stingrays to go forward. Talaridi, some good body work. Giving the hands off there to McIntosh. Be coming straight back in though. Going to use Reynolds. Laterally, a kick. Just letting the Stingrays down. They've had some good opportunities, but she had an absolute paddock in front of her. Just needed to hit it. And now, here come the Chargers. Gladman, who's already got 2 goals in this one, looking for her third. As this one's going to bounce in towards goal and misses to the right. It'll be Templeton with the kick-out duties. They've turned it over once again. Not enough on the kick, but able to run onto it. Runs into a bit of trouble to McDonald. Gave the handball away. Just slapped back forward. And the Stingrays momentarily out of danger. Although this one looks to be a lasso. So it was Oakleigh with the first 5 goals in this game that's really set them up. Since that first quarter, it's been pretty evenly contested from both sides, but as I said, the damage was already done in that first term. Thanks to Chloe Brown and Emile Gladman, who both got 2 goals to start things off in the first term. Mahoney not giving up, trying to find McDonald out the back, couldn't quite, nearly fell into her back there. We'll just have another stoppage inside forward 50 here for Oakleigh. Coming off a big grand final victory in 2023 and beat Tasmania in round 1 by 5 points. Looking to go 2-0 here for the 2024 Coates Talent League season. Coach Tyrone Vickery of the Oakleigh side, ex-Richmond player. He'll be certainly happy with their performance thus far. Just affecting the kick, not allowing Dandenong to get it out of trouble. Just trying any way they can to continue to surge this ball forward. Good pick up. It's very quick hands as well to find the target out to the right. That was a little bit too easy in the end. As Brown takes the mark into the forward pocket. McDonald had a good look at it. She'll get it on the second attempt. Back inboard here to Gladman. But hacked away. Coming off the opponent there is Rundle in towards goal. McDonald trying to run onto this one. And does so. She is on the board for her second. McDonald was just too strong in the contest. And you'd think that's now officially game, set and match for the Chargers, who have just been too good and too strong here for Dandenong. Emma McDonald with that last goal. Burst onto the scene last year as a bottom major. And has started off the 2024 campaign in the right way. Didn't play last week against Tasmania due to her under-18 All-Australian Academy duties. He's got 2 goals and arguably been one of the best on. Dandenong out of the middle, turning it over once again. It's Thorne who's going to play on. Going back with a fly with a good mark. Had to sit under it for a while. With a beautiful ball inside forward 50 to find McDonald once again. That's just textbook football there from the Chargers. McDonald, who's got 2. Elects to pass that one off. She might have just been a little bit too far out to score. Gladman with a bit of space, snapping that one in towards goal. It's just going to stay in though. Dandenong not out of trouble yet. Bouncing ball towards the boundary. First at it was Backer. Running past was Brothwell. Back to Gladman. Inboards, fantastic vision. Find a target directly in front of goal. believe that is Stobie. Directly in front, looking for her first of the evening. Straight through, and the Chargers with a bit of icing on top of the cake now. Apologies, that was Lucy Murphy. This lead is now just ballooned out to 50 points. Two teams played each other twice last year. Oakleigh winning both matchups. They won in the preliminary final by 20 points and then all the way back in round 5. Won by 18. Crunching tackle laid there. Smart little toe poke, nearly works out. Trying to tap it forward to herself and does so nicely, did Rogers. Just been able to keep this one in. O'Reilly sends them back inboard. I believe that was Connolly. Had a fair look at the mark. There was some good pressure applied out the back from Thorne. Then the clearing kick coming from McIntosh. Trying to find Murphy here. He's trying to keep that one in, but it'll be a lasso. Umpire says play on. So just had to send that one on its way. Black. Trying to get those hands free to get a kick away. Just. Baxter paddles that one out the back. Off the deck, trying to chase it down now. Here's Reynolds. Comes in, crashes the pack with the Chargers defenders. Too good once again. Coming off the boot there of Thorne. Gladman couldn't hold on to the mark. That's going to be a free kick. She should have tried to drop it on the first attempt, and she's going to play on here. Will Gladman, the crowd starting to get into this one with a beautiful kick over the top to McDonald, who can play on, send him into the goal square. And the mark's being taken. That is just beautiful football. As Lucy Murphy looking for her third. Had the last shot on goal, did Murphy. Pretty much straight in front. No troubles for her, and Oakleigh will continue to push away in this one. They lead by 56 points now. I think we all thought that maybe this preliminary final rematch would have been a bit closer than this. Dandenong, who 10 wins, 3 losses last year, finished third on the ladder, just behind Oakleigh, who finished second on percentage. Pretty evenly matched, but it's a different story in 2024. Black winning the tap down. That's better now from Dandenong. Needed a bit more of that earlier in the day as Brezen in towards forward. Well read out the back of the pack. If Reynolds can get her hands on it, does so. Meant a tackle. It's going to be a free kick. They're going to take the advantage. They won't. It'll come back. So it'll be Gemma Reynolds here. Had 10 goals last year in 13 games. Been touted as another prospect going into next year's draft. Coming out of Langwarren. Also averaged touch over 17 disposals last year. Looking for her first. Sending that one straight through. Bit of a consolidation goal there for Dandenong. Bring the deficit back to 50 points with 7 minutes to play here at Shepley Oval. We'll take it back now to the centre circle here. Black, so they've been able to work out the centre clearance here in the last quarter. Needed a bit more of that early, but once again, that's Thorne. She's been excellent in the back line here for the Chargers. Few intercept marks. She's set up some nice play coming off half back and finds Pousty immediately. Play on and look to use the switch here. Big tackle laid here. It's going to be pinned for holding the ball. Dandenong. We've found a little bit of life here in the late stages of this game. Just needed a bit more of that effort earlier on as the Chargers blew out to a 31-point lead at the end of the first quarter. They've really just been able to hold on to that ever since. Laterally to Dalgleish. To bounce before she got it, just affecting the kick as well. So great pace. The kick doesn't go very far. Umpire says play on. Pousty brought to ground. Sanko over the top here. Another opportunity for Dandenong to get a goal, although it was Tripe who was tackled down. We'll have a stoppage left forward pocket here for the Stingrays. Hunting it down is Thorne. Tried to tap it forward to Mahoney. Just spilling to the grass. And yanked out from Argus. And too many times today, Dandenong just giving off that disposal straight to a teammate under pressure. A lot to be said as well about Oakleigh's defensive prowess. Just haven't allowed any easy kicks, any easy touches here for Dandenong as it trickles towards the boundary. It'll be another lasso. Under 4 minutes to play now in this one. Had a good look. There was Black. Just needed to continue on with that lead. Probably had the journey, did the kick. Just seemed to stop halfway through the run. Coach Tyron Vickery's come out of the coach's box. He's seen enough. He'll come back onto the grass to congratulate the girls on another victory here in 2024. Took care of business against Tassie last week. We'll win this one. It's just the question is by how much? 50 points as it stands. Black winning the tap down. Reynolds nearly got it. A snapping shot in towards goal. Won't have the journey. It'll be brought back out here from Oakleigh. Just going a distance there. Baxter showing some good courage. Had to sit under that ball for a while. Didn't know what was coming. And the kick will go out of bounds on the full. So brought back into play here. And just as the ball did slip out, the umpire blew his whistle, so we'll have a stoppage just outside the centre square here at Shepley. Falls here to Brothwell. Dribbling in towards the boundary line. Inside Dandenong's forward 50. Just playing a bit of stoppage footy at the moment to finish this game off. Only a minute and a half left. Black winning this tap down straight to Mahoney. Thorne Couldn't quite get the look at it. It was taken without the footy there. Houston involved. Stark wrapped up. So Black once again winning the hit out straight to her opponent. Has done that too many times today. Is Mahoney. Didn't get much purchase on the kick. Kicked off the deck now from Stobie and towards half forward. Will work out nicely here for the Chargers. It gets past one. Won't get past another one. Beautiful chase down there from Argus. Another player for Dandenong who can hold her head high. She moves it on quickly here to Terry on debut today. Just spilling the mark. Still got a bit of time and space. Just got the kick away. It'll be a little grubber across the grass. Towards Brothwell. Housty involved once again. On the outer wing now of Shepley Oval. Tap one down straight to Mahoney. Very strong to get that handball away. Had two players tackling her. And there's the full-time siren. The Oakleigh Chargers win this one by 50 points. The preliminary final replay. In a dominant display from Oakleigh, who moved to 2-0 on the season. 11-4-70, beating Dandenong 3-2-20. That'll be us all done here on Community TV for the 2024 Coates Talent League match of the round. Thank you to all of the viewers and listeners tuning in across the nation. We'll be back next week for some more action. Austin Kruger's my name. Pleasure to be joined alongside you again for some round 2 action of the 2024 Coates Talent League.